We're in the palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are playing before their hometown crowd here in the Detroit area. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
And the first one drops. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
Now, here's Lowry. And here's Carroll. There's the feed to DeRozan. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Valanciunas with a screen on Morris. DeRozan's shot is good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Tie game in Detroit. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro. Patterson, Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yep, Velcro utility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do it.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Taking full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped them here.
The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Jody Meeks, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Here's Joseph. Latrey. Tie game in Detroit. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
I like to see them create more points in the paint. The problem now is that defenses can sag in, take away angles for entry passes, quickly double. So you got to be creative. Inside screens, back cuts, drive and dish. You need to do whatever it takes to get the guy open.
Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Raptors.
Well, just a great offensive performance tonight. The play calling, the passing, the shooting, it was all working. They forced the defense to stretch itself thin, trying to figure out who to cover. And that created a lot of room for the shooters and spot-up jumpers.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Jackson dishes to Drummond, feeds to Harris. There's the pick. Back to Drummond. Shot is off. Nice D from Valanciunas. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Shot off the screen. Good on the shot. Patterson's got his first points in this one.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Caldwell Pope. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Raptors lead by 2. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. We're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here's Meeks. Jody Meeks out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Harris. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Morris in at the 4 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys. I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told us, guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
Off the inbound. Good!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Out to Harris. Back to Drummond. Count it!
How about that fantastic finish? And the aggressive move, too, Kevin.
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
With the ball, picked up by Harris. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. Here's Powell. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Meeks. Drummond the screen. And Meeks kicks to Harris. This is to Meeks. 6 to shoot. To take the lead. Baseline jumper. It's in!
They do have a foul to give here.
You might see them use it at some point.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
The Raptors now. A 2-point game. It's DeRozan with the drive. It's off. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Tobias Harris. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.